I have big goals, big ambitions. Nothing will stop me.
Sky wants to show her physical strength and it's like, come and do that, you know, that's what I want.
I know what I'm capable of. I do believe I'll win in style.
This is the face-off between Sky Nicolson and Raven Chapman before they fight for the WBC Featherweight Championship of the World on the undercard of Dmitry Bivol against Beterbiev in Riyadh on October the 12th. And you can see it all on TNT Sports box office. I want to start kind of with both of you. Before we get down to anything, I think this might be the most civilised face-off ever. I mean, before the cameras started to roll, you can see the admiration, respect and friendship between the two of you, which is fantastic.
Yeah, like we said, it's like our fight does the talking for itself. It's history making. We don't need to pretend to hate each other to big it up any more than it needs to.
Yeah, we've got a great clash of styles. We don't need to pretend to hate each other. Our boxing styles are perfect to make a great fight, and we don't need to hate each other.
Yeah. I didn't hate Sky before my fight, so I don't need to hate her, and now she's my opponent.
Talk to me about the historic connotations of what's going to happen. The first title fight on a Riyadh card between two women, which for women's boxing, for the sport in general, is seismic.
It's about time women get the opportunity, doing whatever you want to do. Like I've said before, it shouldn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. If you want something, you work hard enough at it and you're good enough, all those opportunities should be available to anybody.
It's a really good opportunity for both of you to inspire others, isn't it, on the night?
Yeah, I feel like we're in a very empowering position, not just for women's boxing or even women in sport, but women in Saudi, being there watching from the audience and seeing two women fight and doing what they love and what they're passionate about on the world stage. I feel like, we're in a very empowering position and a position to really inspire the next generation of women coming through.
Yeah, hopefully on fight night as well, there'll be more women over there to watch and, like you say, get inspired and witness a bit of history as well, because, like I say, it'll be the first of many, I'm sure, and that's really exciting.
I remember being in the arena when Nicola Adams won Olympic gold and the impact that had. And then you look at it now at the professional level, this could be something very similar.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, we're just the lucky ones that get to be the first to do it, but there'll be so many more generations coming through that this will be that pathway for them, like Nicola Adams did. And like you've seen the boom of professional boxing that came after that because of Nicola Adams, because of Katie Taylor. I think in the UK there was like 4 professional women boxers before that, which is ridiculous. And now there's so many you can't even count. So yeah, it's just, like I say, it's really humbling to be a part of that.
You walked in today with a suit carrier that says future undisputed. That's the way you see your path. Yes. So you can't let Raven get in the way.
That's right. Correct. I know what I'm capable of. I have big goals, big ambitions. I know what I can do, and nothing will stop me.
You've had a bit of adversity, you've had the injury. It slowed you down a little bit. How difficult was that? And now how do you feel now you've come out the other side and you've got this big fight to look forward to?
If anything, I keep saying it was almost like that blessing in disguise. It didn't change the journey that we were on, and if anything, it was probably better for us because the moment's happening now and it wasn't ready for back then when that potential fight was there then. So I got a bit of a break, which is the first time in like 8 to 10 years where I've had some time off, and you know what, the body felt good for it, and you know, I'm here, I'm good as gold, and I'm going to take the opportunity with both hands and make sure I become champion come fight night.
Yeah, and both of you have no reason to believe that you're not going to win because you're both undefeated going in, which I suppose can be a strength in many ways. I don't know. Would it be? Do you take that confidence in?
I think that makes a great fight.
Yeah.
2 undefeated fighters going in believing they win the fight. Yeah. That's where you see a great fight.
And if you look at both my fights and Sky's, neither of us has ever really lost a round. Yeah. So that's what makes it, like I say, even more exciting.
We're on a whole different level.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's going to show. I think we're going to show the level that we are compared to the rest of the division.
I wonder, whichever way the first round goes, the person that loses a round for the first time and has to walk back to the corner and deal with something you've never felt before.
Yeah, well, I feel like for me, I'm very strong mentally. I've always been very stoic. I've always had that mental strength, and I've overcome many adversities, like from the amateur days and things like that. And I just feel like nothing bothers me. Nothing's gonna get in my way, and that's just how I feel. You know, I've got that mindset that I'm capable of anything.
Same.
Yeah.
Definitely had my fair share of setbacks. Definitely hasn't been smooth sailing. My whole boxing career has been full of highs and lows. I think I'm not just mentally stronger than people think, but I'm also physically stronger than people think. And then what I get credit for. And this is the type of fight that's going to bring that out and show people that as well. So I'm excited for that.
Are you physically stronger than Raven thinks?
I think so. Yes.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'd say Sky wants to come into that fight and show her physical strength and say, come and do that. You know, that's what I want. That's what I want, to make a great fight. And I think that's what's going to make a great fight.
Yeah.
When you look at Raven, what are her big strengths?
I think she's very aggressive. She backs herself, she's confident. I think she's quite relentless, strong, dedicated to the sport. Yeah, she has lots of strengths.
What about Sky?
Yeah, she's obviously a very good boxer, technically skillful, quick feet, does what she does very well. And like I say, shown that in her fights with those two styles, Sky's attitude, my attitude. And they're the kind of fights that want to be made, the best fighting the best.
What about Sky's weaknesses? Because you must have seen some.
Yeah, 100%. I don't want to give too much away in like what we've seen and what we're working on, really, to be honest. We know what weaknesses are there, and on fight night you'll see how we're going to expose that.
Have you seen them too? In
Her
Raven?
weaknesses?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Everyone goes in with a game plan. Just see who has the better game plan, I guess.
It seems to be moving towards that point now where entertaining fights and entertaining fighters are more important than a zero on somebody's record, which has to be good for fighters in general.
I think it's only just started to have that shift as well. Like, it's been in the UFC for such a long time where if two fighters put on a great fight, it takes two to tango. It doesn't matter what the result is, they both need to be respected. And I feel like that's the way boxing is starting to go now, and that's why, you know, with these Riyadh seasons, the best are fighting the best. Doesn't matter what the results are, you've seen them come back and fight there again. And I don't see why it'd be any different for the women. And like we say, we both put on a good performance, worthy to come back. I feel like we'll both be back.
We're sat here for a face-to-face, and everybody's getting on and everybody's fine, but nobody doubts the quality of the fight that we're going to see on the night. Do you both sit there and say, this is how it should be? I'd like to see more of this. I'm not going to start rolling tables over. This is the way it should be.
I mean, hopefully we don't have a stinker after all this. But, but I feel like they're the best fights. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like a competitive 50-50 fight, I feel like even amongst the fans, supporters, followers, it's quite 50-50 the way people see this fight going.
Sky and I is the fight that all the fans have wanted to see in the featherweights. Yeah. Like, anyone that mentions featherweights, they mention me versus Sky. And like, it's happening, and like I said, we'll show why we are the best in the division, why we are exciting, and why people want to watch us.
I know without even asking in a second, I'm going to get a handshake and I'm going to get a smile. That's a given.
Yeah, I won't turn around this time.
She left me hanging yesterday.
I do need a prediction from both of you. Sky?
For me, I don't believe it's a fight that would end in a stoppage. I mean, of course, if the opportunity's there, I'm going to take it. But for me, I feel this is a competitive fight. You don't see many stoppages in women's boxing anyway, let alone at this level, best v the best. But I do believe I'll win in style.
Raven?
I know the outcome. I know what's going to happen, and I'll show you on Fight Night what's going to happen.
Bring your best.
Can we get the handshake?
Of course. Always.
Good luck to both of you.
Thank you.
So that's Sky Nicolson and Raven Chapman. The WBC Featherweight title is on the line on the undercard of Artur Beterbiev against Dimitri Bivol. Riyadh season, October the 12th. TNT Sports box office. It's going to be a cracker.